I have done 5 companies before. This is my 6th startup. I'll give you a little bit of history there. I got into startup in late 96, early 97, when internet was just beginning to take off, and security was becoming an issue. So that's when I did my first company called Security. It was security consulting services business. How do you architect, design, deploy security services? So my biggest partner was Checkpoint Firewall. The second was an IDS company, ISS, that IBM acquired. So at that time, I spent 3 months looking for VC funding. I was in Atlanta, Georgia. Not that many VCs, but and they all kind of, what have you done in startup world before? Well, this is my first startup. So how much have you sold so far? Well, nothing. So they would say, go and sell something and then come back and talk to us. I didn't tell them, but I told myself that if I sell something, I would not need them. So, you know what? I was really thinking about doing a startup for many years, and then my wife and I talked. We said, let's put all the savings we have on the line and do a startup with our own money. If it works, that's great. If it doesn't, we can always find a job. And lifestyle was very simple, so there was no big expenses. So that's what we did. In fact, it's kind of interesting.
And now they can come to you to vote you if they want, to buy you if they want.
I get so many calls from VCs every week. At that time, that was the biggest and the best gamble of my life. The business took off, timing was great, and then VeriSign came and acquired us. So we had a big stake in VeriSign. It was a stock deal. So after that, I basically was able to fund every company I did, now by choice. Plus, there was no choice. So back to your question. To really tell you what happened, Security happened so fast, so well. Everything just worked out perfect. And I said, wow, is it a fluke? Or can I build a company systematically, or it just happened by luck? So part of my drive was to really prove to myself that a business can be built systematically by picking up the right idea at the right time. So I went on to do 4 other companies. It was like, and I had the money to invest. I didn't want to invest only in one company. There's only so much you can invest. So I said, let's do multiple. But do it like you have kids. You stagger them 2 or 3 years apart. So that's how I did. Luckily, they all worked out. But this time, the goal is really not to just do a startup and just sell it. Even though most time people say, well, that's what Jay has done and that's what he will do. I think this time our goal is, we took a very large problem of web security, and we're doing it in a very focused way to build a long-term business. To give you an idea, this technology, there are 55 engineers we put together very quickly. How many startups do 55 engineers? Well, that's because we're trying to solve the hard problems with performance, the latency, the nanolog, and all those things. So our goal is really to build the Salesforce.com of internet security.